One of the great things here about Rennsport Reunion is this amazing new Hot Wheels car that Porsche unveiled today. And we are here with Bryan Benedict, lead designer for Hot Wheels, who was able to work on this amazing car.
Be sure to log into your YouTube account, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a video.
This is the Dirtmeister 944.
That's right.
Tell us a little bit about this car.
Yeah, absolutely. So we partnered with Mobil 1 and Porsche to execute this Dirtmeister 944, and Patrick Long oversaw the build for us. So I worked directly with Patrick and ideated this thing, concepted it, and got it done. Patrick tapped into his core network of builders and friends, and we had Jimco Racing execute all the off-road components, and Kuden Sport did the body mods on this thing. And speaking of the body mods, I love the shooting brake back end on this thing.
Yes, so you guys took a regular 944,
yes,
cut the top off,
yep,
and put this shooting brake on.
Yes,
and the other thing
absolutely.
I want to mention is you talked about all this off-road equipment, so this is not
Yes.
just a show car.
Yeah, and that's absolutely, that's a good point. So that's one thing that everyone should know about all of our Hot Wheels builds in our Hot Wheels Garage of Legends. Every one of them is built to perform. So we don't build just a roller or show car. We build things that are actually meant for performing. We have world record breaking cars in our garage. We have the jump truck that we jumped to Indy, won the record there. We did the double loop dare in downtown LA, broke a record there, and we broke a record with our corkscrew car. So this one is built to perform. Patrick will be running it in rallies, and we're going to do lots of fun stuff with this car in the next year or so.
So you're telling me it's going to be much dirtier.
It will be,
yes.
yes.
The name, right?
Absolutely, Dirtmeister 944.
I really love about this car is the livery, because it really
Yes.
has that like late 80s, early 90s
Yes.
kind of vibe to it.
Absolutely.
With like the pastel blue and the pink. And
Yeah.
Tell us a little more about that.
Yeah, we really want to tap into that 90s Radwood craze, really capturing the fun of that era, right? And so this car kind of epitomizes that era, really, in my mind. And so we want to have some fun with it. And also those colors happen to correspond to the sort of the Porsche colors for the 75th anniversary. So we keyed in all those four key colors there, and I love the way the livery came out. It's really exciting.
So show me some of your favorite details. I mean, obviously we have this roof here.
Yeah, the shooting brake rear end, of course, is my favorite element of the car. And then the fun thing about that is putting that shooting brake on there allows lots of room for the gear and stuff in the back. And you're able to access that by undoing this, and you can roll this up or hold that up, and then pull back the canvas top, and it creates an opening for you to load things in and pull the tire out and all that.
So built-in sunroof.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or to pop your head out with the bottle of champagne after you win,
yes,
right?
the victory. Yeah, exactly. We've got our full satellite antenna system. We've got the Garmin in here for when you're on a rally. The whole setup inside, it's equipped with all the gear you're going to need to go on rally. If you want, you can sit inside.
All right. Yeah, let's get in.
And of course, we've got our Dirtmeister plates. Even the Dirtmeister name, kind of plays into that 80s, 90s era.
The Deutschland license plate.
Yes, you got the Deutschland plates.
And Bryan, how long did it take to make this build?
We did this in 6 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, it was a pretty incredibly rushed project to get it done. It was a lot of late nights for Patrick and I and the team building it, but we had a lot of fun with it, and it came together. Have a seat.
Nice comfy Recaro race seat. It's
yes, great. Absolutely. And we got the Pirelli Scorpion tires, and the original phone dial wheels from the 944, which I love. It just really speaks to the period, and we thought about getting some aftermarket wheels and going custom with it, but we're like, no, those wheels are so perfect. We got to keep those.
They really are.
Yeah.
So here inside the interior, it's really clear that this is meant to be a race car.
Yeah, absolutely.
Super Spartan. So racing seat, wheel, the entire dashboard. All you've got is little communications.
Yeah. Yeah, and you got your PCI radio system and your Garmin Baja Tread XL navigation system. and your pedals and your gear shift, and that's basically all you need. You know,
3 pedals. That's really important.
Yes, exactly. Right? It's got to be a manual transmission, and of course the cage. You need the cage, and they did a beautiful job on constructing the cage. Jimco Racing did all that. Yeah, it's like I said, there's no amenities in here. Yeah, you don't get your power windows or air conditioning or anything like that.
Just the basics. Okay, so let's say I wanted my own version of this car.
Yes.
It's Hot Wheels, right?
Absolutely, so, yeah. You're thinking along the right track here. So yes, we are actually offering this car up in 1/64th as an exclusive on our MattelCreations.com site. So go to MattelCreations.com and order now while supplies last, because it's a very limited exclusive car on our site. So we got a lot of plans for this car. The very next stop is October 7th. We're actually doing a Hot Wheels Legends Tour rally, starting in Woodland Hills and going up over the hill. The rally culminates at the Handler Team Center, which is where we design all of our Hot Wheels. And we will be holding the El Segundo stop of the Hot Wheels Legends Tour there. So we'll be judging, picking a car from the LA area to be one of the contestants for the ultimate finale of the Legends Tour this year, to pick a winner to be immortalized as a die-cast car.
And by the way, I love that you guys put a second seat in here, which probably means you're going to be doing ride-alongs at some point, right?
Absolutely, and I hope to get you in a ride-along soon.
All right, sign me up.
All right.
Here in Southern California on a sunny morning on the Hot Wheels Rally on the last stop of the Hot Wheels Legends Tour. And I'm here with Bryan Benedict, lead designer for Hot Wheels, and that Dirtmeister 944, which is this amazing 944 Porsche mod we saw unveiled at Rennsport Reunion last week. Bryan's going to be driving it, I'm going to be riding shotgun.
That's right. I am so excited. Yeah, first of all, I mean, we had an amazing unveiling last week at Rennsport. So great to hang out with you there. So I'm excited to be driving this for the first time in the rally today, to head down to our Legends Tour stop in El Segundo at our headquarters.
Hopefully we're going to have lots of sun, lots of fun, and we've got a whole bunch of other Hot Wheel cars joining us.
Yeah, there's so many cool cars here this morning. So yeah, I'm ready to get started and get down the road.
All right, let's go.
All right.
All right.
Woohoo!
Let's do this.
We're gonna do this.
So tell me about the history of the Legends Tour.
All right, yeah. So we've been doing the Legends Tour for 6 years now. We started in 2018 for our 50th anniversary of Hot Wheels. And funny thing, you know, when we first envisioned it, we were thinking of it as just 1 year, you know, to celebrate our 50th anniversary. It was just going to be a big, you know, nice big way to celebrate. But man, the response was so huge that people were like, "Man, you got to bring it back. You got to bring it back." So, so we decided to do it the next year, and it just caught on like wildfire, and it's been going ever since. And it's just such a cool way for people to get engaged with the brand and to, you know, like the excitement of your car potentially being immortalized as a Hot Wheels. You know, a car that you've built yourself and, you know, poured your blood, sweat, and tears into, you know. Yeah, Patrick said it stalls out a lot. It's a little finicky. They didn't have time to do all that before Rennsport. There's a whole second phase that needs to happen to like tune it and everything and get everything all dialed in, but obviously we wanted it to just, it stalled again, didn't it? Yeah. Wanted to get everything looking good for Rennsport.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a whole other factor, because when you're building a show car, as you know, very well know, and now when I cover design, a lot of times cars are built in stages, right? So the first time you do a show car, a lot of times you just have an exterior, and they don't even put an interior.
Yeah, exactly.
It's such a process. And then they show with the interior, and then they show a production version.
Yeah.
So the magnitude of this kind of project really goes beyond just cutting the roof off and how the car looks, right? I mean, you have to do all the mechanicals and make sure everything's tuned. And
Yeah.
It is a process for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait till we get it all dialed in and then, you know, get it ready to race. Yeah, we're going to do some rallies and stuff next year and have some fun with it, you know.
So what specific races is this car going to be in?
Well, I don't know. I think it's going to be more exhibition than actual racing per se.
Okay.
But Patrick's got some plans for it, I know. So he's eager to get it out in the dirt.
So we've got a lot of different cars on the rally today. I was surprised to see the Faraday Future, for example.
Yeah, that is so cool to have that out with us. Yeah, it's neat because we've got everything from, you know, the Safari vehicle we're in. We've got muscle cars. We've got Porsches. We've got, you know, Faraday Future representing the future. A little bit of everything. And that really speaks to what Hot Wheels is all about, you know. They wouldn't normally go to the same show together necessarily, but, you know, we get them all out there together at Legends and, you know, they have a great time.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Bringing people together.
Absolutely. Jeez.
Copy that.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh, it stalled.
Stand by. So how did you end up at Hot Wheels? What was your journey?
Oh man. So I always set out to be a car designer. I remember when I was 5 years old, I told my parents I wanted to be a car designer, and they told me that's not a thing. That
They laughed and said, "Get a real job instead,"
yes,
right?
exactly. So they literally they didn't have any concept of the idea that things are designed, right? But even at 5, I was like, well, somebody's got to do it, right? Things don't just appear on their own, right? And so I'm like, I want to be that guy. When I was 12, I wrote a letter to General Motors and asked them, is this a job? I want to design cars. And they wrote me back and they said, yes, of course, this is a job and here's what you need to do to become a car designer. And they pretty much set me on my way. Like, there's a woman named Nancy Cunningham in consumer relations or public relations, whatever it was. And she gave me all these brochures and information about design and different design school catalogs and stuff, and suggested that I go to either Art Center or CCS. And so I set out to go to Art Center. Ended up getting a job at Honda right out of school, and spent 5 years at Honda. Then kind of jumped around, did some contract work here and there. Then I worked at Johnson Controls for 3 years, did automotive interiors. I had enough of the snow, I had to get back to California. So I came back here and then started working independently, had different, contracts with different car companies. So in 2004, Mattel called me up out of the blue, asked if I was interested in joining the team. And it was funny because I had already, in the car studios, we had all talked about Hot Wheels would be the ultimate car design job. Just do wild, crazy stuff, don't have to worry about all these regulations and stuff.
Like working seatbelts?
Yeah, working seatbelts. I was worried at first, am I going to miss being in the car industry? Because there's a certain aura around the car industry, right?
Of course, yeah.
Like a prestige to being a car designer. And so I'm like, do I really want to leave the car industry? But I haven't regretted it for a second, and I'm having way more fun than I ever did in the real car industry. And in my mind, I'm just as much in the industry as I ever was. We're so connected to the automotive world at Hot Wheels, and we have the inside scoop on what's coming out, and
so you guys get to know ahead of time.
Yeah.
So the car companies come to you and say, we're going to make
944, come as close as you're comfortable.
Yeah, so we have regular, regular meetings with all of the OEMs, and they'll give us a sneak peek at what's coming out, so we can talk about maybe this new car might be good to do in this line, and I work on both Hot Wheels and Matchbox, so sometimes we'll see a new car that's about to come out, we're like, oh, you know what, maybe that might be a good Matchbox casting rather than a Hot Wheels casting, or so we always have to think about what brand is it best suited for, and which version of the car are we going to do. You know, there might be, you know, a really extreme offering, you know, edition of the car that might be more fit in the Hot Wheels space, whereas a regular standard one might fit more in the Matchbox space.
So what's your favorite Hot Wheels car you've ever done?
You know, that's hard to answer. You know, the Darth Vader car is the one I'm known for, so
Yeah.
like that I guess has a special place in my heart. But most you know, like fans, when they come for signings and stuff, they want to talk about the Darth car. And then also the 72 Corvette Stingray convertible, because that's my personal car that I did as a Hot Wheels casting. So that one's kind of special to me as well. Yeah. Oh, awesome! All right.
Hi!
We'll see you there.
Okay. Isn't that amazing, having fans stopping us on the street
Yeah.
saying hi, that they know us?
That's awesome.
That's great. She knew. That's a mom that knew.
Yeah, that's great.
Along the way,
A little bit.
but the Dirtmeister 944 made it.
We made it.
We're here at the Hot Wheels headquarters
Yes.
in El Segundo, California, and we have so many cool cars here.
Oh
I'm really
yeah,
excited.
this is so exciting. It's a huge turnout. I mean, did you see that line of people?
Yeah,
coming
the
in?
line down the block of
Yeah.
people waiting to come in here. And
Yeah, it's
I
great.
might be biased, but I'm thinking that the Porsche is probably my favorite.
Yes, definitely. It's definitely one of the coolest things here. Front and center on the front stage. We are inducting the Dirtmeister 944 into the Hot Wheels Garage of Legends today. So
And the fact that we made it in one piece and we're safe, we had
Yes.
a great time, we're all smiles along the way. Great job.
absolutely,
All right.
yes. Woo!
Yeah.
We did it.